Hello, I am J.E. Purrazzi, the writer of speculative fiction and the author of the Malfunction Trilogy, the Raven Tree Society, and so much more. I'm here today to continue my series on the main characters of the Malfunction Trilogy. The third and final book of the trilogy will be coming out on the 23rd, so we're ramping up to a big release. So today I wanted to introduce you to Cowl, the third and final character, main character of the Malfunction Trilogy. So Cowl is a fan favorite. He is snarky, often funny, and has very big emotions. So Cowl was actually quite difficult for me to write. Not in that he's hard to actually put on the page. He has a very strong voice. But I had to learn how to turn off any of my inhibitions when writing Cowl. He swears, he throws hissy fits, he gets jealous, he's big and dramatic in just about everything but size. So Cowl is a character that a lot of people tend to really enjoy and connect to. I found a lot of readers tend to either love or hate Cowl, and so far the majority tend to love him. At least he's won over a lot of them. But because Cowl is not always the most polished, and because he has such big emotions, putting him down on the page is often pretty exhausting. The main thing that you need to know about Cowl is that he is terrified of abandonment. He lost his dad really early in his life. His father abandoned the family, and then his mother suffered from depression and was mostly in her room, set apart from her two sons. His older brother Stark was kind of the glue that held his family together until, in the events of Infraction, one of the novellas that I've written as a prequel to this, Stark is arrested and executed, and shortly after, Cowl's mother commits suicide and he's alone in the world. Alone except for his friend Minerva, who not too long after gets married and in his view at least kind of abandons him as well. So because of that, Cowl has a very black and white view on the world. You're either his best friend or his worst enemy. There is no in between. Anything in between he basically doesn't care about. At least he claims that. So when he meets Bass and rescues him from the city and disconnects him from the ether, which is kind of keeping track of him, Cowl actually forms a really close relationship to him and sort of replaces the older brother that he looked up to so much with his friendship with Bass. And so we see Cowl just go through extreme lengths to hold on to this relationship and basically turn anyone who gets between him and Bass as an enemy. But I really loved nurturing along Cowl's character development, and he's definitely not perfect at all by the end of the third book, but he's grown a lot and he's learned to listen to those around him and to care about more than just the people he is closest to. So I'm very excited for you guys to be able to read the entire trilogy and see all of it in its completeness and what happens to Cowl and who he is by the end. So if you're interested in the Malfunction Trilogy and in these questions, be sure to subscribe and hang around because there's going to be more of these. If you have any questions you want to ask about the trilogy or about what it's like to be a self-published author, science fiction author in general, be sure to leave those questions below or shoot me an email. Also, check out my website where you can find free fiction, including a free audiobook and links to all of the books published so far, as well as art and playlists and more in the extras section. I hope you guys have enjoyed getting to know Cowl, and I will see you next time.